Hey everyone, today we're working on Unit 4, Lesson 7, which involves metric units of mass. Our objective today is to be able to convert kilograms to grams. Before we get started, make sure you have your slate, marker, everyday math journal, and a pencil. So on your slate, I want you to compare using the less than or greater than signs these 6 different numbers. So you're going to compare the sets of numbers, write them on your slate. So pause your video and do that now. All right, hopefully you paused and wrote down your answers. Let's check your work. 209,764 is less than 210,764. Did you say 256,654 is less than 266,654? Last but not least, did you say that 576,914 is less than 676,914? How'd you do? All right, so what is mass? Mass is the measurement of an amount of matter in an object. So if you haven't heard of the word matter before, that's okay, we're going to keep reading. In the metric system, we measure mass using kilograms and grams. While in the U.S. customary system, pounds and ounces are typically used to measure mass. So today we're going to focus on kilograms and grams, and these are just a unit of measurement. So matter is the amount of stuff. So if we look at a bowling ball, take a look at the poster on the right. A bowling ball compared to a beach ball is much heavier, therefore it has more mass. Mass is the stuff inside, the amount of matter in an object. So a bowling ball could be the same size as a beach ball. They could look the same, but when you pick them up, you will notice that the bowling ball is much heavier. That's because of mass. It's the amount of matter inside the object. So today, we're going to focus on kilograms and grams, which are the units of measurement that we use when we talk about mass. You probably have some items at home labeled in both the U.S. customary, so pounds and ounces, and metric system, kilograms and grams. So the most common units of measurement for mass are grams and kilograms. And again, grams and kilograms, that's what we're going to focus on today. So a gram is very, very light. A paper clip, a pen lid, or a piece of gum, that's all about 1 gram. So 1 gram is very, very small. It's very, very light. It does not weigh very much at all. A kilogram is 1,000 grams. These items weigh approximately 1 kilogram. A liter of milk, 2 loaves of bread, or 7 apples. So we know that a kilogram is heavier than a gram. A kilogram is heavier than a gram. So take a look at the measurement scale below. What do you notice about the relationship between kilograms and grams? So as you're looking at the measurement scale, what do you notice? In 5 kilograms, there are 5,000 grams. In 30 kilograms, there are 30,000 grams. Do you notice anything about the relationship between kilograms and grams? For this bottom part, I meant to actually say how many grams are in 1 kilogram. So how many grams are in 1 kilogram? How do you know? If there's 5,000 grams and 5 kilograms, how many grams do you think there are in 1 kilogram? Did you say in 1 kilogram there are 1,000 grams? I hope so. So, based on this scale, we know that in 1 kilogram there are 1,000 grams. That's going to be very important for us to remember as we go through this lesson today. So, our objective was to be able to convert between grams and kilograms. So, there are some steps that you're going to have to follow to be able to meet our objective for today. Step number 1, you have to figure out what you need to convert to. So whether that means you're converting from grams to kilograms or kilograms to grams. So either kilograms to grams or grams to kilograms. That's what you have to decide. Based on what the problem is asking you to do, which one are you going to have to convert to? Then you're going to have to decide what math to do for step 2. If you're converting from kilograms to grams, you're going to multiply by 1,000. This makes sense because when I'm multiplying from a larger unit of mass to a smaller unit, the numbers get bigger. When you convert a larger mass, such as kilograms, to a smaller unit like grams, the numbers get bigger. It takes a greater number of smaller units to represent the same mass, so I'm going to multiply. If I'm converting from grams to kilograms, I'm going to divide by 1,000. The numbers get smaller because it takes a smaller number of larger units to equal the same mass. Step 3 is to solve and check your answer using the measurement scale if available. So, let's do some practice. Sophia bought a box containing 30 kilograms of salt. How many grams is that? So, step number 1 said we have to figure out what we need to convert to. Are we converting from kilograms to grams or grams to kilograms? Step 1, we're converting from kilograms to grams. Step number 2, I have to figure out what math I'm going to do. So if I'm converting from grams to kilograms, we're converting from kilograms to grams, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So I'm going to multiply by 1,000. Step number 3 is to solve and check with the scale. So let's go ahead and do our steps. I know I'm going to convert from kilograms to grams. So I'm going from 30 kilograms to a certain amount of grams. Because I'm converting from kilograms to grams, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So I'm going to do 30 kilograms times 1,000, and that will give me my answer. I can do my basic fact and get 3, and then I'm going to add on 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And I get an answer of 30,000. That means that in 30 kilograms, I found out there are 30,000 grams. Now I need to check my work. If I look at the scale below, I know that 30 kilograms on my scale is right here. When I look below, 30 kilograms is the same as 30,000 grams. So I know that my answer is correct. Now, go ahead and turn in your journal to page 124. The directions say complete the 2-column tables. We're going to do some together, and you'll do some on your own. So to be able to complete it, I know that I'm converting from kilograms to grams. So when I convert from kilograms to grams, remember, when I go from kilograms to grams, I'm going to multiply by 1,000 because I'm going from a larger unit to a smaller unit of mass. Remember, a kilogram was about the same weight, or how it feels, as 7 apples or 2 loaves of bread. 1 gram is like a paper clip. It's really small. So I have to multiply by 1,000. Let's see if that makes sense with what they give us. 5 times 1,000, does that equal 5,000? It does. What should I do for 9? 9 times 1,000 gives me 9,000. And I could even check on my scale. My 9 would be about here, and it would be 9,000. This time I have to go from grams to kilograms. It's the opposite. When I go from kilograms to grams, I multiply by 1,000 because I'm going from the larger unit to the smaller unit of measurement. But when I go from grams to kilograms, I'm going to divide by 1,000. I'm doing the opposite. So this time I'm going from grams to kilograms, and I need to divide by 1,000. So 12,000 divided by 1,000 gives me 12. When I go from kilograms to grams, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So I have an answer of 18,000. Then I have 22 times 1,000, which gives me 22,000. And then what do I need to do for my last step? I'm going from grams to kilograms, so I need to divide by 1,000. 28,000 divided by 1,000 is going to give me 28. Now let's take a look at number 2. In number 2, I have decimals in some of the problems. 1.5 kilograms is the same as 1,500 grams. All I did was I went from kilograms to grams, so I multiplied by 1,000. For the next one, I went from 3,000 grams, and I have to figure out how many kilograms that is. So I'm going from grams to kilograms. What should I do? I need to divide by 1,000, so I'll get 3,000 divided by 1,000 is 3. Oh, now I go back from 4.5 kilograms is how many grams? So I'm going to do 4.5 times 1,000, and I get 4,500. Your job is to finish the last 3 on this chart. Go ahead and do that now. At the bottom of this page on 124, you can just skip it. You do not have to do this section of the math journal page. Now, we are on page 125. My note at the top is actually wrong. It's page 125. This says solve. Use a diagram or measurement scale if helpful. So we'll do that in step 3 to check our work. Let's look at number 6. I'm going to do this one for you, and I just want you to watch. Because this is a number story, I need to do cubes in order to solve. Ellen and Jim are checking in at the airport. That means they went to the airport and they're telling the people, hey, we're here, and it's a process that you have to do to be able to get on the airplane. They're checking in at the airport. Ellen's suitcase weighs 25,000 grams. Together, the weight of Jim and Ellen's suitcases is 49 kilograms. How many grams does Jim's suitcase weigh? So what I know here is that Ellen's suitcase weighs 25,000 grams. I'm making sense of the problem. I don't know how much Jim's weighs. That's what I'm trying to solve. But I do know that Ellen plus Jim is 49 kilograms. And my question wants us to say, it wants to know how many grams does Jim's suitcase weigh. So I'm going to have to do some converting. I know that Ellen's 25,000 grams plus Jim's gives me 49 kilograms. My units here are different. The answer wants it to be in grams, so I need to convert my 49 kilograms to grams. When I go from kilograms to grams, do you remember what I have to do? When I go from kilograms to grams, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So 49 times 1,000 gives me 49,000 grams. Now I know that 25,000 grams plus Jim's suitcase equals 49,000 grams. How can I solve to figure out how much Jim's suitcase weighs? Well, I'm going to do 49,000 minus 25,000, and that will tell me how much Jim's suitcase weighs. 9 minus 5 is 4, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So, we figured out that Jim's suitcase weighs 24,000 grams. Does my unit match what the answer wants it to be in? It does, so my answer is 24,000 grams. All I did was I had to convert 49,000 kilograms to grams so that my units matched. Then I knew that Ellen's plus Jim's would equal 49,000 grams, so I subtracted 49,000 minus the amount of Ellen's suitcase of 25,000, and I got an answer of 24,000 grams. Your job is to do number 5. I'll read the problem to you. Tarek bought 3 kilograms of hamburger, 5 kilograms of hot dogs, and 2 kilograms of steak for a barbecue. How many grams of meat did he buy? So, you need to add up your meats, hamburger plus hot dogs plus steak, and then you need to convert that to grams. So you're going to have 3 plus 5 plus 2, and then you have to convert that amount of kilograms to grams, so you're going to multiply by 1,000. Go ahead and do that now. Now let's take a look at number 7. Buzz Bike Shop received a shipment last week. 3 bicycles each had a mass of 10 kilograms. 4 other bikes had a mass of 12 kilograms. All 7 of the new bikes had baskets that each had a mass of 1 kilogram. How many grams total were in the shipment? All right, this is a big problem, but I know we can do it. So let's figure out what the problem is telling us. So there's a bike shop, and they got a package last week that had some bikes and helmets. Bikes and baskets. And we know that 3 of the bikes weighed or had a mass of 10 kilograms. The 4 other bikes had a mass of 12 kilograms each. And then all 7 of those bikes had baskets on them that each had a mass of 1 kilogram. The question says how many grams total were in the shipment. What does total tell us? We need to add all of the bikes masses plus the basket masses. But then, does my unit match? Not yet. We're going to have to convert from kilograms to grams. So, let's do this together. We know that the first 3 bikes weighed 10 kilograms. So I'm going to do 10 kilograms plus 10 kilograms. Go ahead and do this with me. Then I need to add the other 4 bikes that had 12 kilograms. So I'm going to write 12 kilograms 4 times. Whoops. Go ahead and add those numbers up together. So when I do 10 plus 10 plus 10, I get 30, and then I need to add 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, which gives me an answer of 78 kilograms. So this is how much mass the bikes have. Am I finished? No, it says total, so now I need to add the baskets. So the baskets, it says all 7 of the new bikes had a mass of 1 kilogram. So it's 1 kilogram plus 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 1 kilogram, or 7 times 1 kilogram, which will give me 7 kilograms. So then when I do my bikes plus my baskets, I'm going to have 78 kilograms plus 7 kilograms, which gives me 85 kilograms. Is that my answer? Does that answer our question? How many grams total were in the shipment? Not yet. Now I have to convert 85 kilograms to grams. How do I go from kilograms to grams? If I go from kilograms to grams, I have to multiply by 1,000. So I know that 85 times 1,000 gives me 85,000 grams. That's my answer, 85,000 grams. So you are going to do problems 8 and 9 on your own. Notice in number 8, it says how many grams of newspaper recycled in all. That tells you you're going to add them all up. But remember, you have to convert between kilograms to grams. And then for number 9, they give you grams and they want you to convert to kilograms. So you're going from grams to kilograms, which means you're going to divide by 1,000. Here you're going to multiply by 1,000. So there's multiple steps. You have to do the multiple steps before you convert. Converting is the last part of the problem. After you finish page 125 in your math journal, you're going to work on math box 4-7. This one's going to take you a little bit of time, but I've provided you with a hint for number 5. Bonnie's cup is 50 hundredths full of juice. Her sister's cup is different, but her cup is also 50 hundredths full of juice. Do they have the same amount of juice? Explain your answer. So I want you to think, the cups here are different. They're both half full, but do they have the same amount of juice? Explain how you know. So you're going to finish this page as well as the other pages previous in the lesson on page 125, and then you'll do whatever else your teacher has assigned to you in Canvas.